Very good morning, my young friends.
Could you hear me? Could you hear what I said?
Yes, absolutely clear. Very good morning, Rotarian leaders and my young friends. This is indeed a privilege and a wonderful opportunity to reach out to you this morning and share my experiential learning from teaching students like you for 40 years in RYLA Center for Education, Kolkata. I have trained them for Model United Nations. I have trained them for debates and plays. And I love interacting with the youth. So when I was offered this opportunity, I jumped at it. And I'm going to enjoy this session. And I hope you too will derive immense learning from this, how to step into your power. So my session is all about growing in confidence and stepping into your power. So, welcome to my session. So, as you can see, my purpose here is to sculpt your mind, to craft your mind, so that you grow in confidence and step into your power. All of you are powerful human beings. Each of you is an individual person, gifted with talent, gifted with skills, gifted with potential. And I am going to help you to tap into that inner potential so that you rise to become the best that you can be. Now, there are times when we listen to our inner chatter, our mind, the little voice, which stops us from taking action. I'm sure there has been many a time when you want to participate in a school activity, when you want to audition for a play or for an inter-school competition, but something seems to keep you back. It is the little voice within you which says, "Can I do it? What if I fail? Will it work?" So this little voice makes you feel small. I know from my own experience. There have been many times when I was offered opportunities to take up important responsibilities and something kept me back. This was many years ago when I was offered the post of the principal of my school, but I did not take it because I felt I was not up to it. Or maybe I did not have capacity or the competence. But over time, I felt that that was not the right decision. I should have taken it. I should have worked at acquiring the knowledge and the skills to make me competent and capable of that office. So it is from my experience that I'm sharing with you that if that inner voice chatters too much, ignore it or just tell it, shut up. So my next slide is about ignoring your negative inner voice. When we doubt ourselves, the doubting Thomas in us comes up. It is actually our negative inner voice that stops us from taking action. But stop for a moment, my friends. Whose voice is it really? Is it your own voice? Or is it the voice of a parent? Or maybe even a schoolmate or a teacher who had discouraged you from doing something? And that comes back in your mind over time. So it could even be a sum total of voices from your past that maybe have jeered at your failures or shortcomings, and you began to believe that you were incapable, that you were incompetent, that you were not up to the job. And that kept you back from moving forward. So, although these voices may pretend to be your voice, but they are not your authentic voice. Remember that, my young friends, they are not your authentic voice. They are the sum total of the voices of the people who have impacted your life over the years that you have grown up, from childhood to adolescence. And now I urge you to discover your own voice, your authentic voice, and voice it aloud. So step into your power and bring that voice, that inner authentic you voice, out into the open. Shout out in your mind, this is not my true voice, because your voice can never discourage you. It can never demotivate you, and it can never make you small. So remember that whenever there's someone discouraging you from within you, the inner chatter, remember it is not your own authentic voice. Step into your power and voice the real person that you are. So take time of your life from today and challenge that inner voice of that is discouraging you from doing anything, or plain ignore it. I will urge you now to do a little exercise in self-examination. Can you remember any situation in your life when your little voice stopped you from action? Maybe it could be an audition for an inter-school competition, or you were asked to write an article or a poem for your school magazine, and something kept you back. Nay, I will not be able to do it. I can't write poetry. It's too difficult. So think of that time. What stopped you? Was it someone who had told you that you can't write? You don't know how to spell correctly? Someone who discouraged you from stepping out of yourself and doing something creative? Think of the consequences of not taking that action. What did you miss out? Maybe you missed out the opportunity of meeting other students and making them your friends. Suppose you did not audition for a play, or suppose you did not audition for an inter-school competition. The opportunities that you could have got to meet people children of other schools, interact them, maybe even make them your lifelong friends. That is the opportunity you missed out on. You missed out the chance to work as a team with others and gain their respect. You missed out the opportunity to gain name and fame for yourself and your school and bring pride to your parents. Can you think of any such lost opportunity in your life when you should have stepped out, knowing that you have the potential to grow, to develop, and be your best? But it is that little voice, that inner chatter, that kept you from moving on. Now, what can we do as a coach? How can I help you to any negative belief that you have about yourself and flip it, reframe it into a powerful resource that empowers you instead? So all you need to do is change your perception, change your way of looking at it. In coaching parlance, we call it flipping a negative quote into a powerful, empowering quote. So instead of focusing on what is not right about us, finding fault with us, can't we focus on what is good about us? We never taught to love ourselves, unfortunately. It was only at 70 years that I am now, when I went through courses of self-development, I learned that I need to love myself. Would I ask people to please put off your mics? Please put off your mics. I request you to please put off your mic. Excuse me?
Kindly mute yourself.
Please mute yourself, children. It's disturbing us. Please mute your mics. Hello? Will you please mute your mics? The girls, children who are listening in. Otherwise, I think you'll have to mute them all. Just mute them from there. I think we'll have to mute them.
বাসের পরে ক্লাবের সামনে বলে দেই, বাসের পরে ওই গাড়ির সামনে বলে দেবো।
Please mute yourself.
I'll just do it. I think it's fine now, right? Everybody is muted. সবাই muted আছে তো? নয়েজটা কিসের আসছে বলো তো?
এই আর নিচে থেকে
এই unmute আছে।
Yeah, please.
কোথায় আছে mute?
See anyone who's unmuted. Thank you. So in coaching parlance, we call it flipping a negative code and changing into a powerful E-code. So instead of thinking about our perceived weaknesses, can't we focus on our possibilities? I am enough, but room to grow. Take that as your mantra today. From today, every morning, you are going to get up and say to yourself, I am enough, but with room to grow. What does that indicate? It indicates that you have possibilities. Possibilities of developing, possibilities of evolving.
Just request Gaurav Agarwal to mute himself.
Gaurav Agarwal, could you please mute yourself? You're disturbing us.
And even Sunny Kolkata.
And Sunny Kolkata. So much disturbance going on.
Yes, that's it. Is it fine now?
Yes, now it's fine. So, as I said, perceived weaknesses are something we need to put aside because it is a perception. Perception can be wrong. You know, we're all familiar with that saying that you look at a glass of water and you pour out half the water, some see it as half full, some see it as half empty. It depends on your state of mind and your perception. So our weaknesses also are perceived as weaknesses because we are told that by the people around us, the people in our homes, in our workplace, your friends, they see that as a weakness. But if you see that as a possibility, then that becomes a point for you to focus and grow and make that your strength. So we can take stock of our limitations in terms of knowledge, in terms of skills. Where do I lack? I have become a coach now, and unlike you all who are so savvy with technology and making videos and editing videos, I knew nothing whatsoever. In school, I used to get my children to do the editing. But now I decided I have to do it. I have to learn it. I cannot be, as dead as the dodo. So I joined a video making mastery course, and I learned now how to make videos, a book story, and then to edit it. So you see, once you know where you are lacking, what is the lack in your ability, the lack in your skill, the lack in your knowledge, you step out and acquire it. And once you have that, you are empowered. Right? So take this mantra to heart. Another mantra I'm giving you. I am bigger than my fears. Say that to yourself every day. I am bigger than my fears. I'm going to share with you today several tools to overcome your fear and self-doubt. Because these are the things that hold us back from stepping out into our power. So what are these things? What are these tools that we can use effectively to overcome our fear and self-doubt? Well, the first thing is, one, quieten that little voice. Remember that inner chapter? Tell it, shut up. Then write down all your fears. Start journaling. Get hold of an old copy. Write down all your fears and face it. You are aware of the fear that you have. You cannot combat it. You cannot confront it. Remember? So the best way to get rid of fear is to be aware of that fear. Then ask yourself, what is the cause of that fear? It could be our limited capacity to take action. Very simple example. Many of us have never ridden a bike. I have never ridden a bike ever in my life because of fear of falling. As simple as that. But my sister, who went to Baroda to study in MS University, she had to walk huge distances because the palace grounds were very vast. So she, by force, had to learn how to ride a bike, fell off, got up again, mastered riding a bike, moved on to drive a scooter, then a bike, and now she has a car and she rides a car. So it's a gradual progression, a gradual evolution, provided you overcome that first fear. I could not overcome that first fear. So today also I cannot drive my car and have to pay for a driver, even in these COVID times. So it was my limited capacity to take action that in the long run handicapped me. So you all are young. That is why I'm telling you, take limited action to overcome your fear. My next mantra to overcome fear: believe you can, and you're already halfway there. These were the words spoken by Theodore Roosevelt, great American leader. That if you believe you can, you're already halfway there. And it's the same mantra that was taken up by Obama. Believe you can. So, a simple exercise you all can do now, if you have pen and paper with you. Write 5 sentences beginning with I am. I am what? 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 Write it down. Come on. I am beautiful. I am strong. I am healthy. What else? Write down. Write 5 sentences with I am. Or I can. Next 5 sentences with I can. Okay? Do this exercise and feel the power of unshakable confidence rising up from within like a fountain. See, we never speak to ourselves. We are not aware of our strengths. But when you put it down in writing, then you suddenly perceive that you are more than you think yourself. Write down the skills that you have. What are the skills you have? I can paint, I can write. What else? I can cook. Any games that you play? Any kind of skill that you have, photography? Write it down. Write it down and feel your strength, the talents you have, right? One of the greatest presidents in USA was Franklin D. Roosevelt. For a large part of his life, he was on the wheelchair because he was a victim of polio. But he overcame that, stepped into his fire, and became one of the greatest presidents of USA. And that too at the time when USA was going through an economic depression, when there was huge unemployment, banks had crashed. And these were his inspiring words to Americans. Men are not prisoners of fate, but prisoners of their own minds. What powerful words. We in India, we tend to say, oh, this is all our destiny. This is all fate, right? This is our karma. No. Step into your power, take charge of your life, and do not be a prisoner of your own mind. I am a student and teacher of history. I have been teaching history in D RYLA for so many years. So I'm taking an example from history to reinforce what I'm speaking about. Again, this is about F.D. Roosevelt, who in his presidential address at a time when most American banks had shut down and industrial production was just 56% of its 1929 level. Those of you who are in the senior classes in 11, 12, if you take history, you know that's the time when the world was struck by the Wall Street crash and its repercussions of a worldwide depression. And at least 13 million wage earners were unemployed in USA. But he spoke with unshakable confidence to millions of Americans listening on the radio. And what did he tell them? What did he urge them to do? He said, this great nation will endure as it has endured, will revive and prosper. So first of all, let me assert my firm belief that the only thing we have to fear is fear itself. Nameless, unreasoning, unjustified terror which paralyzes me with efforts to convert retreat into advance. So whenever you feel paralyzed from within, you cannot take a decision, you cannot act to do something constructive, to do something creative. Remember these inspiring words by one of the greatest presidents of USA. I am a follower of Tony Robbins, who is one of the greatest performance coaches of the world today. And he says fear is false evidence appearing real. Remember that acronym, FEAR. He says it is false evidence appearing real. And there is no such thing as failure, there are only results. Because every failure is a stepping stone to success. Every failure gives you an opportunity to step up. Remember, when a door closes, a window of opportunity opens up. And he describes that it is only preparation and the meeting of preparation with opportunity that generates the offspring we call luck. So luck is nothing but preparation you put in along with seizing the opportunity that you get. And the two together constitute what we call luck. Now I'm going to share with you something which is very powerful, and that is what we call affirmations. How many have heard of this word? Affirmations. It basically means positive thoughts that we put into our system. Because there is this belief that where focus goes, energy flows. You know that. When you are preparing for a play and you're totally focused in learning the script and practicing it and doing your best, your energy is focused there. So remember that our life is a total reflection of our inner world, our thoughts, our emotions, and our feelings. When we are angry, when we feel guilty, when we are fearful, we vibrate at very low energy levels. But when we are filled with loving thoughts, peace, calm, compassion, gratitude, then it strengthens our higher vibrating energy. So if you are filled with gratitude, if you begin your day with gratitude journaling, just write down 3 lines. Who are you grateful to today? What are you grateful for? Today, friends, today, the very act of living and breathing in COVID times, being healthy, is something we need to be grateful for, to the universe, or to God, or to whichever the person you bow down in homage and respect. So, Tony Robbins also says that when you are grateful, fear disappears and abundance appears. Gratitude helps us to remove fear, and then we realize all that we have, the abundance in our life, the relationships that you have with your parents, with your siblings, your brothers and sisters, maybe your extended family, your school friends, your teachers, your neighbors. So you are surrounded in a cocoon of love and caring. And let us be grateful for that. So these are some affirmations for confidence to step into your power. If you can see this on your screen, so you can say that in your mind after me. What you think of yourself is more important than what others think of you. Remember that, my friends. What your parents think of you, what your teachers think of you, what your friends think of you, may not be the right opinion. Look within. Recognize who you really are. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Look for opportunities then to utilize those strengths. So think of yourself as who you really are and not what others think you to be. Repeat after me, I am confident, I am healthy, I am powerful. I believe in myself and my capabilities. I deserve everything I want in life. Every day, I am becoming better, a better version of myself. See, you evolve. We do not stagnate. Today, you are not the same person you were even a year back, or 5 years back, or 8 years back. Why? Because over these years, you have grown, you have acquired capabilities, you have acquired skills, you have been exposed to so many things happening in and around your home, in your school, outside in the world. You have social media today. So you're aware of the currents of thinking that is going on all over the world. And that is impacting on you and becoming a part of your own vision of life. So every day I'm becoming a better version of myself. Life is flux, children. There is change. And we have to adapt to that change. Daily, you have adapted from the classroom, chalk and talk, to online learning. It was a huge step. We are not going into the merits and demerits, but definitely it was a huge change. You accommodated that change. You adapted to that change. Your school and your teachers adapted to that change. And that is why, in spite of the distancing, social distancing, which is mandatory in the pandemic, your education is not separate. Your classes are not separate. You are having your assessments. You are, at the end of the year, will be promoted to whichever class you are entitled to. So remember to say that to yourself. I love change and easily adjust to new situations. Because unless you have that capacity to be flexible, to be able to adapt to developing situations, you will find it extremely difficult in life. Finally, I'm getting better every day and in every way. Think of that. How you talk, how you walk, how you dress, how you speak, how you communicate. Every day you are improving. So I'm getting better every day and in every way. And finally, I will concentrate my thoughts on the results I look to create. So as senior school students, many of you may be in 11 and 12, you're preparing for an exam. What is the result you want to create? Envision that. Envision that. Now, what is visualization? It is basically transporting yourself into a situation where you can see the joys of achieving that result. And what is the flip side? The consequences of not achieving that result. So if you close your eyes and envision how you will be able to take advantage if that result comes through. So concentrate your thoughts. I will concentrate my thoughts on the results I look to create. So first you have to decide what is the result you want to create for yourself. Is it academic? Is it something to do with developing your self-worth, your self-esteem, your self-confidence? So concentrate on that. This brings me to a very important part of my talk, which is the importance of affirmations. Why should we do affirmations? Because we are able thereby to reprogram our mind with confidence and faith to see a future that we have yet to experience. Why? Because as teenagers, your dreams and aspirations have not yet materialized. They are going to materialize in the future. So it is important that you reinforce your subconscious mind with your desires. And at the same time, reaffirm your ability to change your life. So you can go to the net, you can go to YouTube, type affirmations, you find lots of videos now on powerful affirmations. I have also been trained by Dr. M.V. Priyank, who is an abundance coach. And he says that we live in 4 worlds, not the outer worlds, not the external worlds, which we think to be everything. That, my friends, is only 1/4 of the 4 realms that we live in. 1/4 is the outer world, the physical world. But 3/4 is the inner world, the mental, the emotional, and the spiritual. And it is that inner world, our thoughts, our feelings, our emotions, which imprint our action. So this is his favorite saying, our outer world is a print out of your inner world. You are all technologically savvy, so what you put in comes out. If there is a mistake, you have to correct it there itself in the soft copy to get a printout. So if you take a printout and then you realize that yes, something is wrong and you write it over there, that is not going to be imprinted in the software. So you have to first change your software, that is your thinking process, to print out what you want the world to see, who you really are and what is your authentic voice. I'm coming to the close of this talk. I conclude with Napoleon Hill, one of the greatest teachers of self-development and who motivated some of the great industrial magnates of the modern world, because he actually went and interviewed great industrialists and magnets in USA and try to find out what makes them who they are, what made them achieve their dreams. And he says, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. So remember that. You just need to think, I can do it. Believe it, and you can achieve it. You know, a mantra I used to give my students last year in class 10. I was a class teacher in class 10. And every day I would go and tell them, I can, I must, I will. Every day I would go and tell them that. The class would begin with that. I can, I must, I will. And that would reinforce them that yes, they can, they must do it, must take that small step, must take that power leap, must take that small little action to achieve their dream, to make that possibility real. So for yourself every day, set your mini goals. 5 things in a day, 5 things in a week, 5 things in a month. What are you planning to do today? 5 things, write it down. What do you plan to complete in a week? 5 things. What do you want to finish in a month? This could be preparation for your exam. So schedule it. So set your mini goals and do them at any cost. Because people don't plan to fail, but fail to plan. So visualize your goals, write them down, and do them every morning. Be happy with what you have, but be excited about what you want. Because that gives you that surge of hope, of the possibility that you have to grow into your potential. I make my own happiness. You alone are responsible to craft your happiness. So don't be in the dumps. Don't feel blue. Take advantage of the opportunities that you have and rise to it. So be happy with what you have, but be excited about what you want. These are some self-belief tips. Our self-belief is conditioned bit by bit as we grow by our experiences. What we hear makes us limit our horizon. So be sure of yourself, and if you hear sarcastic remarks that make you feel less than you really are, ignore it. Because nobody can make you feel inferior without your permission. Don't give them that permission. So add a morning ritual to your daily habits of living. Start your day at 6. Do 15 minutes of meditation, just breathing exercises. Practice affirmations for another 15 minutes. Listen to podcasts. You can listen to my podcast on Anchor, on powerful self-belief, how to overcome fear. And most important is do a few goal-setting exercises. What are you planning to do today? And follow it up. Daily exercise is vital, especially during COVID, because you're cooped up in your room. Walk, skip, run, because exercise boosts your health. It gives you purpose every day. It fills you with energy. And most important, it relieves stress. So today I'm going to tell you about a very interesting exercise. It is called the super brain yoga. Now, in the past, in the pathshalas, what did the teachers do when there was an unruly boy, an undisciplined child? They would make him stand in a corner, hold on to their ears, and sit down and up. Don't go up. That was the punishment. But that was seen as corporal punishment. By modern thinkers, they said, no, as physical punishment, you should not make a child do that, stand in the corner. It is very humiliating. But I will share with you today something which you can do yourself, and it is not punishment. It is called the super brain yoga. It has been developed by Grandmaster Choa Kok Sui, who is the founder of the Philippines-based Institute of Inner Societies. It is a combination of traditional yoga and acupressure. And the benefits of this daily practice for 15 minutes in the morning are, it strengthens your immune system, which is vital during the COVID time. It promotes fast healing due to increase in alpha wave activity. 2, it helps to program our state of inner consciousness. 3, it improves intelligence, creativity, and overall development. And most important, it helps to synchronize the right and left hemispheres of the brain. This helps us to retain information better and gives us more control over our emotions. So, what is the result? A more energized and active mind. So, you do this exercise with me. It's very simple. Just raise your tongue. Do it with me now. Just raise your tongue to the upper part of your mouth, behind your teeth, as if you're going to say the word love. Love. Say love, love. So just do that, and then take your left hand and hold your right lobe with the thumb in front. Okay, like this. Can you see me? The left hand with the thumb in front like this. Oh, and close to your body. Take the right hand and the same thing with the thumb in front and beneath your ears. Do this. Do this like this. Right? And then what you're going to do is stand up. Stand up, all of you. Stand up. Stand up. If I stand up, I don't know if I'll go out of this or not. I don't know. Stand up. Yeah. And then as you breathe, you go down. Okay? Go down as far as you can. And then again, exhale and come up. So you do this 15 times in the day, in the morning, every day. Okay? Every day you're going to do this exercise. Just simple. Hold your tongue to the roof of your mouth, beneath your teeth, as if you're going to say la, and in that position, breathe in as you go down on your haunches and breathe out as you rise. You exhale. So, this is going to empower you. This is going to fill you with energy. So, thank you. And these are my contact addresses. You can see I'm on YouTube channel, Transform with Viji. My email is mindscapesolutions2020@gmail.com. My contact number is 98369820024. So keep the child alive in you always. You know, even when you grow up, keep the child alive, because what is the child? The child is curious. The child is fearless. The child, you see a little child, you know, who's a toddler, who's learning to walk. He's not afraid of falling. He totters, falls, gets up, rises, again takes the next step and ultimately learns to walk. So keep the child in you always alive. And you can see my logo. It's the little child raising its hands to seize the world, the knowledge. So grow, seize every opportunity, and become a better version of yourself. So on this note, I end my talk and wish you all a good day and enjoy the rest of your RYLA. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
If you have any questions, you're free to ask.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank
Does
you,
anyone
ma'am.
have any questions?
No, ma'am.
No? Sure?
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm
How did you like this?
That was amazing. I'm amazing. Good.
Yes.
You're from which classes?
10.
10, 11, 12.
11, 12. Right. So you're on the threshold of your future career. So now, put down in writing what you're going to do today And every day you're going to do that. Practice at least 5 affirmations every day. Be strong from within, and nothing will ever deter you from reaching your success. So bye, my young friends. It was wonderful getting you today and talking to you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye. Bye.
Over to you, Jayashree.
Yeah,
Stop it, please.
thank you, Vajanti. And I'm sure all of you have many take homes. The most important being what Vajanti ma'am said, I am bigger than my fears. And every morning you have to get up and say, I can, I must, I will. And this will help you to convert your weakness into strength. And you will also ignore the negative inner voice and take up the challenge to convert yourself into positive and believe that you can, and you're already there, and you have been given tools for overcoming fear and self-doubt. So go ahead and focus on what you want to do and be confident and flexible, and you will be there. So thank you, Vajanti, for a very interesting session. And I'm sure the children have gained a lot of knowledge and tools to go ahead in life. Thank you. Hello?
Thank you, Jayashree, for coordinating the entire session so nicely. From the confines of your home, but you couldn't be physically here, but you did it.
In between, I lost the screen, so I got a little confused.
No issue.
I'm sure the children have really enjoyed the
Yeah.
session. It's
Thank
really
you
good.
so much. Surely the children must have enjoyed with